Right, so we're just testing out the new Shimano Vanford here, and I paid about £185 for it. So we've got nylon to mono, 2.5 to 150 metres, and you've got diameter millimetres to metres, 0.25 to 160, and pounds to yards, £8 at 140 yards, so £8 140 yards. So I mean, I've just brought a spool of 131 braid and just whacked it on tight to the bottom without any backing line or anything like that, and gone straight to where it ends up, and that leaves it well down, not well down, but well down enough, which for me improves your risk of wind knots and things like that. I'd definitely recommend it. The Stratic is a good one as well, and yeah, for how much money you need want to spend, I would say that's just about right, really, for a sort of top end sort of reel. Beautiful reel, bit of weed. So yeah, regarding the reel, very smooth. Obviously you want the reel to last quite a few years, so generally as long as you don't get too much salt water on it, I wouldn't bother washing it or anything like that. Try and keep it away from sand and things like that.
Right, the Vanford 2500 HG, so it's got a gearing ratio of 6:1. Okay, it's got a drag of 20 pound, 9 kg. It's 180 grams in weight. It's got 7+1 ball bearings, and it's an 89 centimetre, 35 inch retrieve. All right, nylon to mono pound yards is £8 to 140 yards. Nylon to mono millimetres to metres is 0.25 to 160 metres. Okay, and all in all, I think I paid about 185 quid for it. And one thing you do notice about it, it's very smooth. It's very light, obviously. Yeah, I mean, you know, you want to take care of it. They're not invincible. Okay, but all in all, super pleased with mine.
So it's getting a little bit of weeds. That's another thing with the popper. You're away from the weed, you see, up high and away from the weed. I mean, I could have my gear a bit closer to me, but I'll be brutally honest. The tide is it's been ebbing for a couple of hours. It's what I call the sort of the lull period. So I've not got my sort of my A hat on, so to speak. Right. Make sure we got that right. So we've got excuse me, got a popper on now. So going back to the reel, it's very smooth, and that is important. You know, for me, if you're spending like 50 quid on a reel, you're just sort of chucking your money away, really. You might as well just put another 50 quid to it and aim for a reel in that sort of capacity, really. It's like tuna fishing all over again. It's like these ambush points you're seeing. There's all these boulders everywhere. So there isn't really much to the reel other than it's smooth and it's light. One thing I'd say, they're not invincible, so be careful how you store it. Don't sit on it or anything like that. They'll bend and they'll break. So you've got to look after it. Keep it in its box if you want. They're boxing when you're up a few meters like this. It's like there's no strain on the gear, there's no strain on the angler, and we're just fishing it nice and slowly, just working the different angles, and it's just like it's just no stress at all, and you know you're fishing it properly when you slow it all down. You know, it's minimal twitches. I'll show you what I mean. That's where that rock is there. Just these little sort of just twitches like that. It's got a good rattle as well, this rooster popper there. It's just working in the shallow edges there. Just minimal pressure. So you're not exhausting yourself. See, with the lure fishing, you can, if you're new to it, and you can sort of you know, you channel your energy at the wrong stages of the tide and with the gear and everything. You burn yourself out. So when you when you suss out the good time, you're not in the right state of mind. You've got to be nice and relaxed when it's like bite time. The food. When its food is there, Usually a couple of high water, a couple of hours before, maybe a couple of hours after. Definitely around the low tide mark. That's his food time. So anything in between that, so there's only a few hours there. Anything in between that, you can fish it, but don't exhaust yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Have your A game on for when you think it's going to be on fire. It's a tempt's fate. I'll try my little mackerel, I think, so I'm worried I'll lose this. It's very shallow. I clip on my little mackerel. Here we go, we've got the Pachenko on. I'll try that. The good thing about this will sit on the surface. Goes a country mile. Got the wind over my shoulders today. And we just slow retrieve. The last fish, which was nice. So we all took turns. Nice to see the fish, they're beautiful creatures. And this is off Falmouth. So always wanted to do that. Nearly done it years ago in Ireland, but that's actually casting a beautiful country mile, that is. So it's just like using the gear which you think will do it. So I'll put this away. Had bass on it, you can see the teeth marks on the lure, look. Right, just fishing the swashy side. We're going to go around down a little bit, but I'm just going to fish the rough at the minute. You can see why, look at that. Still got to find somewhere good to put my feet and I haven't found nothing yet. It's not good. It's not good. Can I put my feet? It's not too bad. Whack it right out there. Do one more cast. God knows how I'd land it. I don't think you would really. There's just so many snags there, down there. So with that, I think we're going to move around the other side. There's no point fishing somewhere where you've got no hope of fucking landing it. There's all like ledges and stuff down there, and they'll just dive round them. And with this thin braid, any fishing line, you're going to foul up. You might as well go somewhere where you've got a reasonable chance of landing the bloody things. Have a little break, I think. this is where we put the weedless one on. I like fishing slow though.